In the last few months, we've seen all the options when you have an American held hostage abroad by a terrorist group. We've seen the danger with all of them. Here you have the possibility of collateral damage. You strike somewhere, you had no idea they were there, you kill an American and an Italian. We had a rescue effort in Yemen that killed a South African hostage. The assault happened. He was killed by his hostage takers while that happened. You had a failed attempt for James Foley and other hostages in Syria. It is difficult to get right. Jason, today the president took full responsibility for this, even though he didn't order this particular strike. He apologized for it. How much of a intelligence failure is this, or are these circumstances, is there an element here that these circumstances of hostage taking are so difficult that mistakes happen when you're attempting to get these people free?
That's a great question. First of all, thank you for having me on. And secondly, we want our hearts go out to the grieving family of the Weinsteins right now. We share in their grief. These are very difficult operations. Every administration is faced with complexity when we're facing hostage situations. Peter Bergen mentions this is in the tribal region of the Waziristan and northern Pakistan. These are difficult regions for the American intelligence community and military community to get fidelity on the targets. But what we see is when we don't have a good confidence, when we don't have a high amount of fidelity in what is happening on the ground, this remote capability to monitor these things leads us into a place where our consequences are generally high. Monitoring this compound and knowing that the compound is an al-Qaeda compound is one thing, but having the confidence that this target that we're about to strike is going to result in an effect that is, first and foremost, puts the U.S. interest ahead of other interests is very important. We work very hard with our allies. We need to continue to emphasize what it means to have, one, human intelligence on the ground, two, great relations with our partners like Pakistan. So it requires a lot of work.
Well, Peter